And we are live. Welcome to Profile Pod TV. I'm Andy Anatomical, and thank you so much for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. And if you're watching the replay, thank you as well. Thank you so much. Well, I'm excited to be here. It's been a couple weeks since we've been on Profile Pod TV. We've had some issues, again, technical difficulties with the internet, blah, blah, blah. So how's everybody doing out there on this fine Monday evening? I'm just here ready to do another excellent episode and provide some entertainment for you guys, some engagement, some good content. As always, man, nothing changes. That doesn't change. How's everybody doing, man? I just wanted to, our guest is running a little behind right now, and that's okay. I'm going to, in the meantime, hopefully entertain you guys. So he's here. Our guest is here. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the shout outs. But before I do that, don't forget, if you would subscribe to Profile Pod TV, click the little red button on YouTube, support the cause, help us out. Let's help each other out. Let's help each other grow, because that's what it's all about. Networking, connecting, helping each other out, man, because Lord knows we're all trying to expand and grow whatever it is we're trying to grow, our business, our podcast, our YouTube channel, or whatever. So let's help each other out, man. Support the Profile Pod channel, YouTube, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts. A comment, like, share, all that good stuff, man. I welcome all that. I welcome all the interaction, because, again, without an audience, without supporters, without followers, you don't have anything, man. I don't care if you're filming a blockbuster, $100 million blockbuster or whatever. You got to have an audience, and that's important, right? That's critical. So don't forget that, man. You always want to get those housekeeping items. This is an interactive show. If you have a question for our guest, a comment, we'll try to get you on the show. We'll post it on the screen, and then we'll ask our guest we'll ask him the question, we'll present the comment, or what have you. So our guest is in studio, quote unquote studio. He is here, so he's waiting patiently, and we're excited about tonight, man, because I am an athlete, and I was an athlete. I'm old now. I grew up playing baseball and football. Played college football, Division I. I'm gonna toot my horn right now, and I passed on the torch to my son now, who's at Northern Arizona University. And this particular our guest of the evening saw my son firsthand, and I'm going to thank him later on. And so I'm grateful that he got to work with Coach and our guest of the evening. So before I forget, let's do our shout outs. One shout out tonight, and it's a special one because this gentleman is home. He's healthy. He's safe. He was going through some stuff, and he had to, he had some medical issues, but he's back home, and we're glad that he's home and safe. And I'm going to be appearing on his podcast. That's the Rooster Bat Podcast with David Cadena, and that's this coming Thursday on Twitch TV, live on Twitch TV. So you guys check that out. That's this Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm really excited about making that appearance. This will be my second appearance on somebody else's show. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And I'm going to have to bring my game, bring the A game. So once again, thank you, David. I'm glad you're home. The Rooster Bat Podcast is our shout out. And a shout out to everybody out there on Instagram who shows love, on a consistent basis, who likes, who comments, who shares the posts, Profile Pod TV, as well as 90s Galore. Thank you guys so much. And I do my best to show love and support and give it back. That's important too, man. It's not all about getting and receiving. You got to give love, man. You got to give it back, So, and I'm glad to do that. So, anyways, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Let's get our guest. He's chomping at the bit. I can tell he's waiting patiently. And yeah, he's out of Almonte, California, SGV, San Gabriel Valley, baby. And I have a lot of ties to the SGV. My parents were from the are from the SGV originally. A lot of family there. A lot of a lot of friends in the SGV, Azusa, California, to be exact. And like I said, my parents were neighbors, and that's how I came to be. But the West Covina, Almonte, South Almonte, Hacienda Heights. My son is in La Puente, so that place has a special place in my heart. SGV, and I'm always trying to give love back to the SGV. He's their CEO of Binary Exercise and Sports Training, aka Beast Athletics. Let's go ahead and welcome our young entrepreneur guest, Mr. Arthur Romero. How are you doing, Coach? Welcome.
Thank you for bringing me on. Super excited to be here. I'm sorry I'm late. You kind of have a little whispering right here in the corner, but I had to bring two of my boys home with me, so they're a little shy, a little camera shy. But we just finished practice right now, so we had a field weight room more. So just kind of getting home. I had to bring them back with me so the parents could pick them up, make it a little bit more efficient on them. But thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be on. I honestly have been waiting all weekend. I was supposed to get a haircut, but some things just kind of happened and kind of led up to it. So, we're here now. So let's get the ball.
That's right, Coach. No, don't worry about it, Coach. I know you're a busy man. You got a lot of things going on, man, and don't worry about the haircut, man. You look great. You look great. you got the face for TV, man. So you look great, man. What's going on, man? Yeah, no worries, man.
My internet.
Go ahead. Say again?
Yeah, my internet's cutting out just a little bit. So if I get broken up or I re-ask the question again, just bear with me. But yeah, we're good. We're all good, baby.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'm familiar with that type of stuff too. I've been having some issues. Like I was talking before you came on, or you might have heard me. Having some issues with my internet, and this is the first time I've done an episode on YouTube in a couple weeks because of that. My internet's been. Matter of fact, I ordered another service provider, so we'll see how that goes. But they're gonna install it on Wednesday. So I'm not gonna name any companies or put anyone on blast, but anyways. But yeah, man. No, I'm excited that you're here, Coach. I was looking forward to it, man. I've been looking forward to this, and I'm really impressed with you, man, because I know you're a young guy, and to see what you're doing right now as a young entrepreneur, as a business owner, and you're doing your thing, man, and it's really, really impressive, man. How's everything in the SGV today, man?
It's going good. Well, a little good and bad right now. There's a fire in Azusa, so we were supposed to have one of our training sessions over there this afternoon, but with like the fire that's going on, it's just not really safe for the kids to be working out over there. So we actually relocated to a small little parking. But yeah, it was a solid day. We got some good work in. We started a new regiment, so we're just kind of getting the kids on kind of like back to school schedule. So everything's kind of picking up school wise, like in this area. I know Monrovia is going back to school tomorrow, Northview, Covina. So some of our kids they don't have like the freedom to be here all day. So they're going back to school, and we're trying to make things work as far as like their school schedule and just kind of like the sports schedule and keeping them from getting burnt out from school and from sports.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I hear you, man. I didn't hear about that fire out in Azusa, man. I hope that gets put away. And I was just mentioning Azusa. That's my parents' hometown, and I grew up in Azusa pretty much too. That was like my home away from home. My grandparents lived there, on both sides, and so I was growing up. I was, we'd always go to my grandparents' house and my cousins, and I was always in Azusa, man. So SGV's got a place in my heart, bro, and. Before I forget, I want to thank you, Coach, for training Renee, my son. I could tell that he was, after he went to NAU with he was ready to go, man. I could tell his explosiveness was better, his speed, he got bigger, he got faster. he said a lot of good things about you, Coach, and I want to thank you for taking care of him. Yeah, man, that was good, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem. Renee actually Renee's a kid that I actually kind of met. So when I first started coaching, I was kind of like a little bit younger. I started when I was like in high school, doing like a little, I guess you could say kind of like an internship thing. I kind of helped one of my other coaches who coached me, just kind of start his program, and it was I had like a totally different name, and we did 7-on-7. We did training kids. But after I moved on from that, I actually kind of branched out and did my own thing, and that was when I met Renee. So I met Renee probably like I was maybe 18 years old, right when I had started coaching again. And I was coaching a kid named Eric Marinas. So Marinas, I called him, I was like, hey bro, bring out whatever kids you got, like just anybody who's trying to get, like, bring them out, let's get work. So I ended up meeting Renee that day when Eric brought him to Acadia High School, and it was a simple little field session, nothing crazy. Like I was still learning kind of how to be a coach and learning how to train. So they were out there, and it was cool. It was really cool just kind of working with them and just seeing him where he was like as a sophomore, and then kind of going into his junior year. I saw him again at a couple of 7-on-7 tournaments, and then kind of culminating with him going to NAU and just going and doing his thing. Like we're really excited for him. We're really happy for him. Like and from what we've been hearing, he's matched really well with a lot of guys over there. The coaches are loving his intensity. So thank you. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's all Renee. Renee put in the work, and he was there. So I love to see it.
Absolutely, man. No, thank you, Coach. Yeah, he said nothing but good things, man. Hey, Coach, before you did Beast, you started Beast. What were you called before? Did you have a different name, a different title?
So operating like by myself, no. So the way kind of like coaching started for me was my junior going into my junior year. One of my coaches approached me. He said, "Hey, like let's do this 7-on-7 thing. Let's do this training thing." I said, "Cool, man. Like I'm about it. I'm down to help the kids. Like I want to give back to the kids specifically within the San Gabriel Valley." And that's kind of what it was targeted to. That team and like that sports training organization was called Nonstop Grind. So and back in when I was in high school, like that was kind of like our motto. It's like nonstop grind, like constantly working, like Monday through Sunday, afternoons, mornings. It didn't matter. Just get it in when you could. So that was kind of what I started out with. And then when I got to college, before I formulated Beast, I formulated Coach A, which is like my Instagram page, kind of like the persona I go by as far as like my coaching career. I didn't really like the last name Arthur Romero, like Coach Romero. I didn't like my middle name being my coaching name. I definitely didn't want Coach Arthur. I felt that was a little too maybe like a little too long. Maybe like my first name, you know what I mean? So I didn't want the like so serious all the time.
It sounds real proper,
so I just told him, like call me Coach A. Like, sorry, it sounds what?
It sounds real proper, Arthur. It's a real solid. It's a strong name, Coach Arthur.
Yeah. Exactly. But I was like, let me do something that's kind of like fun, kind of remember for the kids. So that was kind of how I came up with Coach A. And then after a while of doing like just private small group training as Coach A, then that was when I started to formulate Beast and kind of came up with the name and stuff like that. And yeah.
Gotcha, Coach. Hey, Coach, and what high school did you go to?
I went to Bosco Tech in Rosemead.
Oh, Bosco Tech. Yeah. Okay. And you played ball there?
Yes, sir. So I played all 4 years. I was a 2-year varsity starter. I played 2 years on JV. I started out as a quarterback. Kind of went through every position, a little bit of DB, special teams, kick return, punt return. And then I finished ultimately like at the position I found for myself, which was slot receiver. So that was kind of where I tried to master in my senior year.
Gotcha. Yeah, Don Bosco Tech, man. Okay, Rosemead. Yeah, man. I have cousins that went to Cantwell, and I would always hear about, Cathedral and of course Bishop Obama and all the private schools out there, in SUV and Montebello and Salesian and so I'm familiar with Don Bosco Tech, man. I mean, back in the day, I'm talking like late '80s, early '90s. I would hear about the school. And, probably before you were born, man.
Yeah.
What year did you graduate, Coach?
Oh yeah. So I graduated actually in 2017. I started
Okay.
in 13, 14, graduated in 17. Then I went
Mhm.
straight to college from there.
Gotcha, man. And that's what impresses me, Coach, because I see what you're doing, and things are moving fast for you. It seems like, man, you're growing pretty fast, and you know, and like I said, man, you're always grinding. You're always interacting with the kids. You're doing stuff for the community. You're doing fundraisers. You're expanding your business, and so that's great, man. It's great to see that. You know, how's that growth? Have you been able to manage the growth, or do you feel like sometimes it's going too fast, or are you kind of you got your handle on things right now?
I think, of course, anybody who's running business would want to say like, yeah, I got the hold of the reins, I got everything going, everything's running smooth. And to a certain extent, like I could definitely say that. I could say that everything's moving smooth right now. Right now, we are growing at like a very fast rate. And one of the biggest things that like I kind of tell people is just like, yo, like understand that quality control is a big thing. And like me being a young coach and me being like a young entrepreneur and just young in general, kind of in this game and in this industry, people are quick to judge. People are quick to point fingers and like, oh, he's not cut out and this and that, or he grew too fast. Now he can't control it. So, to that kind of regard, not really. We've been really on top of what we've been doing. Like we've really been focused in on what we've been doing as a coaching staff. I have several other coaches, so it's actually not just me. I'm actually the one who I guess you could say kind of runs the business. I do a lot of the business management stuff, scheduling. I don't really handle too much recruiting or anything like that, but just a lot of business management stuff. A lot of the coaches take on like roles. Coach Fierro, for example, is a director of our football operations. He comes in and just kind of works with like recruiting kids and talking to kids and kind of figuring out where they need to go, what it is they need to do to get better. My friends just got here to work out. We got the gym and all that behind me.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Shout out to
internet broke out. I'm sorry.
No problem. Shout out to Coach Fierro, man.
Oh yeah, no, Coach Fierro is a real one. He definitely came in and kind of just like as soon as I met him, it was back in like January. He came in and just kind of really was like really organized. He actually invited me over. We sat down. We talked about our practice schedule. We talked about just kind of like our goals for 7-on-7 season, and he helped me formulate a little bit more of those things. And then just as like more coaches started coming in, we started fine tuning all the details. So right now, I want to say we're about like 6 or 7 coaches on our coaching staff. We just hired 2 mobility guys. So we hired like a main guy and brought on his assistant. Shout out to Mark and Marcos, my boys, man. They're killing the mobility game right now. They just came on about a week ago. And so far, I think they've worked with already like 10 plus clients. So we're growing at a pretty fast rate. But like I said, we've been bringing people in. We've been bringing in people who we trust, people who are respectable, and that can really take the initiative to help this thing go to the next level. And that's really all it's about, just working together as a team and just showing like the principles that you learn from football. They never go away. You know what I mean? Like football is a team sport, and running a business and working with like other people. It's a team sport. You know what I mean? You got to be able to work together. You got to be able to deal with everyone's styles, everyone's principles. So it's going good. We're learning each other's nuances, just kind of how everybody works, how everybody functions, and I think people are going to be excited with how fast we're moving as well.
That's great, Coach. No, I can tell, man. I can tell you guys are a lot of cohesiveness on your team. You guys work well together. Things are moving, and then there's a good positive vibe environment. I can tell, man. And just from watching the videos, the postings on Instagram, and of course Renee, what he would tell me, it's great for you, man. I'm really happy to see that. And as far as ownership, Coach, is it are you the I know you're CEO, but is the ownership just you, or are you in partnership with somebody else?
No, so I actually own Beast. So the organization, I like did the paperwork, the financing. I yeah, pretty much set it all up on my own.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And so BEAST stands for Binary Exercise and Sports Training, right?
Correct. Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah. And I see you have there's many facets to it. I mean, obviously there's your coaching football, you have your 7-on-7 in football, you have weightlifting, explosiveness training, speed training. So it's not just for football, right? It caters to any athlete, right?
Correct. So what we do, you could kind of like, oh wait, wrong side. You kind of see it like right there. So it says sports performance training. So pretty much we offer performance training to anybody. So whether you're a young athlete, whether you're young, youth, high school, football, JUCO, no matter what, at any level you need development, and no matter what sport it is. So we don't just close our doors to only football players. Like we welcome in. I've worked with soccer players. One of our head strength and conditioning coordinator, Coach Mike, he's worked with some soccer players. He's done some baseball players. He actually coaches baseball too. So he coaches the football side and the baseball side. So as far as like our coaching staff, we have a diverse coaching staff and where they played and kind of what sports they played. So we all have a little bit more than a general idea of how the body's supposed to perform. So a lot of coaches who kind of get into coaching, they usually stick to their sport. But with such a diverse staff and having coaches who played everything, we're able to kind of cover every kid. So we understand like, hey, okay, if it's like a basketball player, we're looking at a lot of lateral movements, a lot of jumping, like baseball, like straightforward, like crossover, get out stuff. So we tailor workouts and trainings to every kid in every sport. So you won't just come to BEAST and you won't just get like a general workout. I actually hated doing that, honestly. When I was in high school, like I would go to workouts, trainings, and I would get there and like, so I'm a young athlete. I don't really know too much about training, but I know when I get there, like I know the difference between doing a workout that could be done by anybody and a workout that's specifically tailored to me, getting stronger, faster, whatever. You know what I mean? And like this isn't enough. You know what I mean? Like I need something more, something that's going to prepare me all around, which is kind of how I formulated the idea for BEAST and sports performance training.
Gotcha, man. No, that's great. That's great. And Coach, do you guys do you put together nutrition programs as well, or are you not there yet, or you are doing that?
You said nutrition programs, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. The internet's a little slow. But so we don't, as far as plans, it's I don't want to say we don't, but we are sponsored by NutriShop. So NutriShop is kind of like another company that does a lot of supplements, do like protein, quick recovery stuff for the kids, pre-workout, post-workout. And so what we do with them is we partner with them, and they come every so often, maybe like once or twice a month, depending on the day and where we're at. But they'll come out and they'll talk to our kids. So what they'll do is they'll come and they'll say, hey, look, like, this is our stuff. This is what we have to offer. And then the kids like have the freedom to come and look at it and be like, oh, okay, like what does this protein do? Like, what does this BCA supplement do? Like, what does this muscle fibers activating stuff do? Like, what does each one do? And then NutriShop basically gives like a general idea as far as like what goes on and like how each product works. And then after that, whether they want a product or not, they literally, and this I'm saying this with like all confidence, they do not need to buy products. That's not why we're partnering with them. That's not why we're working with them. Their purpose and our purpose is to educate. We want the kids to understand how to eat, how to take care of their body when they leave. Because us as coaches, like we can't always be there, and not every kid goes home to the same household in a roundabout way. So we're trying to make sure that when they leave here, they have the knowledge. So when they go home, they can apply it. So what NutriShop does is they have like a sheet, basically like a paper sheet, and so it has meals. It has like a breakdown for meals. So like a morning breakfast. And then it would be like a morning breakfast, and then there would be like some type of snack midday, and then lunch, of course, and then another snack, and then dinner, and then another snack. So those are that's like the list of what they have to offer. And then based on the kid, they plug in the information. So then after the listing, you have like a list of foods like protein, vegetables, like carbs,
Mm-hmm.
blah, 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 right? And then they
Yeah.
plug them in. So they say, okay, well, Jimmy, you're trying to gain weight. Jimmy, let's make a carne asada burrito for you in the morning with some bacon, some eggs, and some potato in a burrito. And then they slap
Right.
that together and they say, these are the ingredients. You know what I mean? And the kids are like, oh man, I never had that. Like, okay, now they're starting to think more. Like, oh, okay, nice. Peace out, guys. Yeah. Peace out. They're like, oh man, I never thought about like eating that much or even eating those things. And then we incorporate a snack time. And the good thing is that it has like set times in the day, so
Okay.
you could like literally pencil in like, okay, my lunch is at 12:30. Boom, 12:30 lunch for Jimmy, but for another kid, it might be the lunch is at a different time. You know what I mean? So they
Mm-hmm.
structure it for the kids. They pretty much pass
Gotcha.
all the knowledge, and then us as coaches on the performance side, we when they come in, we check them like, hey, did you eat breakfast? Like, did you drink water last night? And we've gotten some kids where they've come in for training and like they have not eaten before they worked out or they did not hydrate. And I've had to tell kids like, hey, look, like you're not going to work out today, and it's literally not because we don't want you to get better. It's not because we think that like we're trying to hold you back. No, we're trying to make sure that you are safe, because if you didn't eat, if you didn't drink water, you could pass any moment. Like anything could happen, and we want to prevent injuries and we want to keep our athletes safe. So at the end of the day, it's really just about educating them so that they know when they leave exactly how to take care of their body. So when they come back the next day, they're prepared.
Absolutely. No, for sure. That, yeah, it sounds like you want to, you're creating a well-rounded athlete, with the nutrition, with everything, right? Not just physically, but, healthfully as well with what they're eating. And Coach, so you guys you create an individual. So each athlete has his or her individual workout plan. Is that what? And then sometimes you come together for group workouts as well for certain exercises. Is that how you kind of structure it?
Correct. So pretty much every workout is based on position. So typically when I run my sessions, I have kids that are within the same like position or within the same realm. So kids like we had a kid like Renee who was already strong. He was already built. He was already fast and stuff like that. And we had another kid who was trying to get faster, trying to kind of build a little bit more muscle while building speed. But he was a little bit stockier. So we told him, I told him specifically, like, look, bro, you already got the weight on you. You don't need to cut the weight. Like, let's just change up your workout regimen and let's train you this way so you can get faster and stronger. And it aligned with what Renee was doing. Now, understand that the numbers, as far as what they were lifting, Renee's max at back squat is like 375. You know what I mean? And this kid's back squat is like 175. So as far as like weightlifting and kind of helping each other out, older guy and kind of shows the other guy what to do. So Renee was that like veteran lifter, the experienced guy, knowing how to like rack the weights, take them off, and just kind of move fast and efficiently in the weight room. So he was working with our younger running back, Joshua Gonzalez. So he plays at Northview. He's going into his sophomore year now. He's just trying to get faster, trying to get a little bit of burn on varsity. So I told him, I was like, look, bro, work with Renee, learn from Renee, like push yourself like Renee. And just kind of like see him and do what he does, you know what I mean? Because he's going D1. He is a big body. He is a running back. Like he's somebody that I can confidently say you should look up to. You know what I mean? Because he's already done it. He's going. So it's a little bit like of a mentorship as well. So the workouts are designed for each kid. They're based on their position, based on their need, and then based kind of like on what they're lacking. So certain kids with Josh, and there's like no knock on it, like it's not like talking down on him, but he doesn't have the best hands. So we were working on his hand-eye coordination, whereas other kids that were working out at the same time was like, okay, you already have good hands, so we're gonna work your speed. So we're gonna do footwork. So that's kind of like the contrast. So sometimes it'll be big, sometimes it'll be Tony, sometimes working for speed. So, but yeah, those are just like little examples. It's kind of like how we run things and kind of how like things flow. And it's just kind of like tips, you know what I mean? Somebody might come on here and be like, oh, I never thought about doing it that way. Like, let me try. It's pretty useful. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. That's great. And you're coaching right now at a high school as well?
No. So last year I was coaching wide receivers at a Cathedral High School. I was working, but this year I had a couple of coaches offer me some coaching positions at the high school level and a little bit at the youth level. But right now it doesn't really seem feasible as far as like coaching at the high school level because I'm not the type of coach. And I say this respectfully, I'm not the type of coach to come in and just do general workouts for these kids and just kind of put them through workouts or circuits, like, or just kind of do, excuse my language, but like bullshit drills. You know what I mean? Like I don't do that. I really take the time, no matter who it is. I take the time to develop kids and like I notice the little things that they do wrong and I'll attack them right away because kids in practice they love to do what they're already good at. And it's like, bro, you're not really practicing, you're just wasting time. Literally, you know what I mean? So as far as like coaching high school ball, like I respectfully turned down a couple really good coaching opportunities. But for first and foremost, it was more about the development of the kid and just kind of making sure that they get what they need. And I don't want to cheat them, especially right now with the smaller season and everything being so hectic. I really wanted to focus on my kids. I really wanted to focus on the kids that I've been training, I've been coaching for a while. So my general consensus as far as like coaching this upcoming season, I more than likely won't be. I'll more than likely just be focusing on Beast, focusing on growing the brand. We're really looking into bringing some more coaches on. We're looking to bring a soccer on, a softball coach, and just a couple more people. Just kind of continue to grow the brand, continue to help us elevate kids.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I see that you're doing just that. You're on Instagram. You have a great social media presence. I think with all your, I think you have about 3 accounts, right? And you're close to about 10,000 followers. I would say if you add them all up, right? And that's really great, man. And then, go ahead. What's that?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. The internet keeps moving, so I like.
I know, it's all good.
But yeah, no, close to 10,000 followers, like you said. But yeah, we try to push out a lot of social media stuff. We try to. It's not really about the coaches. Like we try to put out the content of the kids working out, getting bigger. Because at the end of the day, like social media it's another recruiting platform, and kids can get noticed by anybody at any moment by one video being posted and being shared. So just trying to give the kids more exposure that way.
Hey, Coach, I have a good friend of mine. I don't know if you can see the comment section there on your screen, but we have a good friend of mine, Tyrone Tutogi. He played at Boise State, offensive lineman. He has a question for you. I'm going to post it on the screen here. And I think he just started.
They do rehabilitation workouts with injuries. Oh wow, that's crazy.
And I think you just started. And I'll let you talk about Beast Rehab, right?
Correct. So basically, we offer rehabilitation services to anybody. Depending on the injury, like we could definitely still work with the kid. The reason why I just say is depending on the injury is because we typically like get the information before. So like, oh, what's the injury? Kind of what happened? What does the kid need? That way we better know how to serve him. So that was just kind of like a quick reaction thought, like, oh, well, what was the injury? But yeah, we work with everybody. My friend actually, his name is Alessandro. He shout out to my boy. He got into a motorcycle accident maybe 4 or 5 months ago, maybe even at the beginning of the year, probably before this year started. But he was in a really bad motorcycle accident. He was knocked unconscious, and he didn't remember. He didn't remember how the accident happened, nothing like that. And so he had to have metal rods put into his legs, and he had to have a lot of stitches and stuff like that. So I was actually having a meeting with the coaching staff, and my boy called me and was like, hey, is your mobility guy available? And so he was able to come in today and get rehab. He did a little bit of cupping, did a little bit of stretch therapy, a little bit of massage therapy, a little bit of scraping too. So pretty much we offer pretty much everything to anybody. if you guys do need a little bit more information as far as that goes, you guys could DM the Beast page. So DM beast.rehab. Just say Coach A sent you, or just ask for Mark, and we'll get you guys going, man. We're trying to help out everybody, and we're trying to really offer our services to anybody. We don't really limit who we reach or who we work with.
That's great, Coach. Absolutely, man. Hey, Coach, and and I see the workouts that you guys are putting together, the exercises. They seem to be very innovative, very progressive exercises. How do you go about gathering your workouts? How do you go about keeping yourself up to date with the latest workout regimens and exercises? How do you go about doing that type of stuff to keep yourself up to par as far as in the business and the industry, and with the latest and greatest techniques and workout exercises?
So as far as like workouts and technique exercises go, I'm actually studying kinesiology. Excuse me, mosquito. I'm studying kinesiology at the University of Laverne. So pretty much what my emphasis is health and human performance. So I learned how the body moves. I learned how the functioning of the body goes, kind of motor development. So teaching kids how to like do the right things from the beginning, moving up. And then as well, so like I said, the coaching staff isn't solely just me. So it's I'll just name the names right now. We have Michael Sanchez, our DB, and our strength and conditioning coach, strength and conditioning coach for us. We have Shane, I always butcher his name, but Shane Vernula. He's our quarterbacks coach. He
Los Altos guy.
Go back to Mike real quick. Correct. So Mike, real quick, going back to Mike. Mike played wide receiver and DB in high school. He graduated, went to Citrus, played a little bit of JUCO ball there, got out, went to the next level, played 2 years or 2, maybe 3 years at Ottawa University. Balled out over there, was a DB. Also had the opportunity to do internship program with his athletic strength and conditioning coach. So he was working with like the softball team, the volleyball team, the football team a little bit. So he was able to work with like a lot of different people. So as far as Mike goes, he has the experience doing a college internship, working with college athletes. He got his degree. I met him last year, so he had just graduated from Ottawa and had just got his degree, came back home and was ready to work with Beast right away. So Mike is one of the reasons why we have so much updated knowledge. He's constantly learning. Right now, he's working on getting his I want to say CSCS. It's a Certified Strength and Conditioning Coach, his certificate. So he's working on that. That's a lot of online schooling, a lot of online hours that he has to put in, a lot of tests. So and that's right. One of the toughest certifications that you can get as a coach. So that's one way. Coach Shane is the other coach that I was talking about. He went to Los Altos High School, played QB. Also went to Citrus College, played QB as well. Got out of there. He ended up going to Concordia University in Chicago. Balled out over there, played quarterback a little bit. Coach Shane during his playing time, it took him about 6 years to get through 4 years of eligibility. So what happened with him was he went through several knee injuries, towards ACL, towards like MCL. He tore almost all the ligaments in both of his legs. So going through rehab and like just kind of learning how to rehab his body and stuff like that. He spent a lot of time working with like rehab doctors. So he works with kids a lot on pre-injury as far as like strengthening their knees, strengthening just kind of like their legs and making sure that they don't tear anything, that they don't get injured. And Shane actually he's a really good communicator. I want to say really effective communicator. He branches out to a lot of other coaches that are within the Southern California. And he talks to them. He just reaches out, hey, bro, can I get a FaceTime? Can I get a Zoom call? Let's just share some knowledge. Let's just share some information. He was actually just up at the quarterback summit with Jordan Palmer. So just a little bit of Jordan Palmer. He's Carson Palmer's brother. So Carson Palmer, for those of you guys that don't know, he's the NFL. Yeah, and his brother, it coaches quarterbacks. He works with NFL guys. Just worked with Joe Burrow right before the draft. So Shane goes out and kind of learns information from those coaches and brings it back. And one of the things that we kind of our philosophy as coaches is learn it and give it away. You know what I mean? There's so much knowledge that has been given to us as far as like conditioning kids. How do I say it? Developing kids. So we take in everything they give us and we give it right back to the kids. We share to other coaches. So we're all about sharing knowledge. We're all about growing. And the other coaches as well, they all do like online seminars. They do a lot of meetings online and stuff like that. And we're just always trying to find new ways of getting information. And pretty much anytime like we find something, YouTube, a podcast, for instance, like just anything that we find, we have a coaches group chat, like a texting group chat, and we'll send links in there all day. Like, yo, check out this.
Gotcha.
Like, it won't even be about football. Like, it might be about character development. It might be about like how to enhance a kid's motivation when he comes to work out. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
a lot of stuff. Just like a lot of information that we.
That's. Coach, you there? Looks like we might have lost him. We're having. Hey, Coach, you there?
I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's all right.
Because I'm in my garage right now, so the Wi-Fi is a little tough. But yeah, go ahead.
No worries, man. No worries. Yeah, so you guys are constantly exchanging information, learning, develop. I mean, you're constantly sharpening yourselves. You know, learning, gathering knowledge, data, and what have you. Man, that's. You mean, you got to do that, right? To constantly make yourselves better and learn and like you said, pass on the knowledge. You know, learn. What was your mantra? Learn it and pass it on.
So that was something I got from Shane, who got it from Jordan. But as soon as you learn it, just pass it on. One of the things that kind of like is my mantra, or kind of one thing that I talk to the coaches about, is just life learning. You know what I mean? That's something that we want to implement on the kids. Because at the end of the day, like there's no capacity to learn. You know what I mean? There's so much more out there for us. So might as well just stay on and keep getting better.
Exactly. And, you know, by the way, Shane Vernala, man, I actually coached against him. He probably wouldn't. I coached at Diamond Bar for about 5 years, and I coached against Shane when we were playing against Los Altos. I want to say 2011, 2010, 11 maybe. And anyways, but so that's just a little connection there. And Tom, I said hi.
It is a small world.
It is, Coach. It is, man. It is. And so I know you're in El Monte. You're based in El Monte. And I think you're working with some kids a little bit out of the area, right? Some out of the area. I know I saw a couple of Alamany kids, that kid from USC, the commit from USC, and then some other kids as well. So it looks like you're branching out a little bit, right?
Correct. So, Coach Fierro, he's kind of like an all-around guy, just kind of reaching out to people, constantly telling people about Beast, what we have to offer. So one of the Alamany kids that has been working out with us, I actually knew him probably from like my senior year. So I called a quarterback coach that was up in like the Valley area, like San Fernando Valley area, kind of like going towards Calabasas, Glendale, all that. I called him and I shot him a DM on Instagram. I was like, yo, bro, like I see you got some really dope quarterbacks out there. Like I'm trying to come catch. I was a young receiver, just trying to get work, just trying to hustle, get a little bit more grind. So he was like, "Yeah, bro, just come out." And so one of the very first sessions I went to with Coach Fish from Throw to Win was with Finn. It was at Notre Dame High School. Finn, who's now the quarterback at Alamany, was there at the time. And he was like an 8th grader, I think, or something like that, and I was like a senior. And so something like that. Somewhere along those lines, like he was younger. And I had met him coming back a couple years later to now. I built a gym and stuff like that. So me and Finn have always kind of had that connection, just kind of talking to him like, hey, bro, come work with us. Like, we got a lot of good things going on. We're trying to help a lot of kids go to the next level. And a lot of Alamany kids are already next level. So we tell them like, look, we're going to, even though you're already next level, we're going to make sure that you're prepared to be there, where you're prepared to compete. So, yeah, we've been getting a couple of kids from Alamany. I coached at Cathedral last year, so we've gotten a couple of kids from Cathedral. But pretty much like the main thing that we always focus on is our kids in our backyard. You know what I mean? Like kids at Northview, kids at like just all up and down the 210, the 10 freeway, anywhere between there, a little bit of Hacienda Heights. Like we're calling them. We're saying, hey, bro, look, this is where we're at. This is what we're trying to do. And just come rock with us. You know what I mean? We're doing what we believe is a lot of good things for the community, a lot of good things for kids. So we're just telling them, hey, come out, check it out. You see if you like it firsthand. If not, like it's cool, bro. We're still gonna show you love. We're not gonna hate on you, but just come see what we have to offer because what we feel that we have the most to offer out of anybody within this area as far as training goes for kids.
No, absolutely, man. Like I said, Coach, I can't emphasize it enough, man. What I'm seeing and almost on a daily basis, you're just growing, man, and it's just nice to see that. And but no, I think you're going to continue to do your thing. And there's so much talent in SGV, man. It's a hotbed, man. There's a lot of great players, athletes in just your area alone, man. Right. And how about going east, Coach? I grew up in the IE. I'm a Rancho guy, Rancho Cucamonga. Anything venturing that way at all, or right now are you just kind of like you said, staying in your area and maybe pretty much LA County, right?
So as far as branching out, I'm sorry, I'm like a little hot. I'm like burning up right now, so I keep like wiping my sweat and stuff.
That's all right, man.
But as far as like branching out and stuff like that, we want to build up the San Gabriel Valley first. So like if you look at LA specifically, like anything past Monterey Park or past East Los, they have a lot set up. And that's the same thing we're going east as well. So if you look at anywhere probably beyond, I want to say Laverne area, maybe Claremont Max, they already got things set up. They already got trainers, they got facilities, they got kids going out D1 every year consistently. Yeah. You know what I mean? So what the goal is, and kind of what the goal of the other coaches is to build up this area specifically. Yeah. We want to just make the San Gabriel Valley like top notch. There's no reason why kids in this area shouldn't be going D1. Like we've seen a lot of kids have a lot of potential, and we believe like with good coaching and putting the staff that we have and the right resources that we have behind these kids, and we go all in with them and we back them up. There's no reason why they can't get to the next level. So within the next couple of years, like we'll stay here. We'll build our home right here, and then eventually, like we definitely will start to branch out. I have done training on the other side of Claremont. I've gone as far as like Rialto, San Bernardino County for training, doing a lot of like youth stuff. I've worked with a couple of good quarterbacks out there. Shout out to my boy Baby Brady. He's a dope little quarterback. He's like a 9-year-old, but man, this kid has won a gang of tournaments. He's sauced up. He's juiced up, man. He's ready to, and he loves it. Wow. So I mean, we make time for kids that want to grind. We make kids that want to go to the next level, and we don't really care about potential. Like to us, that doesn't matter. Like if you want to go to the next level, you want to get better, man, we're going to develop you until you're ready to go to the next level. Like you don't need to be a certain height, a certain size, man, all that's out. You know what I mean? Like get inside, get in our gym, get in our field, pick our brain.
Yeah.
There's the thing that I think a lot of people don't preach enough is that there's football at every level for anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's D3, there's NAI, there's D2. There's D1 double A, you know what I mean? So there's a subsection to D1 as it is, you know what I mean? So there's really no limit as far as football goes for kids. So we're trying to build up our area, eventually branch out. As far as Beast goes, kind of like for a 7-on-7 perspective, we want to branch out. We want to have like multiple teams in different areas. But as far as as far as the gym goes and as far as like the training facilities, we want to branch out. We want to go across the nation. That's really what we're looking at right now. I've been talking to a couple of coaches. I met a coach at a quarterback camp that I worked out in Nevada. He was from New Orleans, so he was a dope coach. He really liked these kind of like what we have to offer. So We might be looking into a New Orleans 7-on-7 chapter as far as that goes. We might be looking into a San Diego chapter next year. We're looking into a team right now. So yeah, so like you said, as far as growth goes, like we're moving really fast. We're bringing people on, and we're just trying to make sure we have the right people. And like I said, quality control. So make sure we got what we need right here at home for our kids, and then hey, let's go give to the other kids. Let's go see what's up out everywhere else, and let's see what they need.
Wow, that's great, Coach. That's great, man. And yeah, and it sounds like you're developing not only athletes, right? Obviously, physically and all that, but you're developing quality human beings, who are going to contribute to society, who are going to be great people, who are going to go on to, pursue their own dreams and just be great people, man. And that's what I think that's important too. And I think, like I said, you guys are developing, well-rounded people, right? And I think that's part of your goal as well, right?
Oh, definitely. No, so the goal, give me 1 second. Everybody using your phone? Can I use it? So the goal, so pretty much our goal is really just developing well-rounded athletes. One thing a lot of people talk to me about, as far as like going to Bosco Tech and kind of like going through private school and kind of where I came from, a lot of people would like say like, oh, Bosco Tech is a great school. Like kids that go from there have good character, like they have good principles, good morals, and they're very respectful. Just kind of like those like general things that they say about, I guess you say Bosco Tech kids. I really took that to heart when I was there. I tried to better myself even after I graduated from high school and just try to keep those morals and like instill them in the kids. You know what I mean? And I've worked with organizations like the Fellowship of Christian Athletes where they do a lot of that character development. They incorporate Jesus a lot and God in what we do. So yeah, definitely just trying to build well-rounded kids. We want to men of faith, whatever faith that is. We don't force the religion on anybody. We don't say like, hey, just because you work here, like you have to believe what we say. Like, no, bro. Like we're open to anybody. Everybody's welcome, and we respect everybody. So, yeah, we're trying to make our kids kind of like model citizens. We want to we want to set an example for them, and just kind of show them, hey, look, bro, like this is the right way to do things. This is the wrong way to do things, and now that you understand the right and wrong, it's up to you to make the decision. You know what I mean? Because we're not there to make the decision with you. And at the end of the day, we can only guide you, and we hope that we're guiding them in the right direction to make those right decisions.
That's great, Coach. No, I can tell, man. You guys are all, like I said, man, you guys are doing you guys are developing well-rounded people, man. And so, Coach, again, man, you're a young guy and you're going down a really good path and you're an entrepreneur. And what would you say to another young person who has aspirations of being an entrepreneur, who wants to start a business? What kinds of things would you give? What kind of advice would you give that person to get started, man?
As far as advice goes, man, there's so much. That's honestly like a really good question. Advice, as far as advice goes, I would say my best advice. I gotta think about this one real quick. I would just say be confident. I would really just say be confident. I mean, like being young, there's naysayers. There's a lot of people who, you being young, like there's no experience. You know what I mean? Like you're older than me, so just in life in general, like if I ever had a question, I'm gonna turn to you and say, yo, like what do I do? I wasn't there. I haven't been there before. Like I'm not experienced, so I don't know. And that's my biggest thing is be confident. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to ask for help either, but be confident in what you do because people are going to come in and people are going to say like, oh, you're not doing it the right way. Like, no, you shouldn't do it that way. Like, oh, you should do it this way or like you should change your name to this or no. Yeah. Come be a part of like this right here. Like this, drop what you're doing. Like no, bro. Like if you really want it, if you're really about that action, like be confident in yourself. Be confident enough to know that if somebody says like, hey, like we have better for you. Like, no, bro, it's cool. Like, yeah, I'm happy with what I got. Like, I'm respectfully trying to grow with what I got, and and just always give respect. You know what I mean? Because being a young guy, like if other people are interested in working with you and other people are interested in bringing you on, that means they see something in you. You know what I mean? And if you don't want to work with them, that's fine. That's totally okay. Like it's okay for you to do one thing. It's okay for you to essentially be confident in yourself. And people sometimes mistake as cockiness or like, oh look, he's arrogant. But no, honestly, like believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, be confident, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Because at the end of the day, that's how you're gonna learn. You know what I mean? When I started, like I was kind of I don't want to say shut out to everybody's opinion, but I just kind of was like so doing my way, tunnel vision, like block out the haters. That at the same time, I forgot to get that constructive criticism, and so, and then up down my guard, and I allowed for the criticism, I allowed for the hate, I allowed for the love. Then that's when I really started to grow. Because when I was just when I had the blindfolds up and like I was blocking everybody out, I didn't hear the negative. You know what I mean? It wasn't getting to me. It wasn't getting like I wasn't hearing the you should run it this way, or this might be a little bit more efficient. You know what I mean? And then I kind of deciphered that information. I took little things that people would tell me like, hey, like maybe incorporate this or like do this and I would maybe test it, try it out, kind of be like, okay, like this worked for me or no, this didn't work for me. And then just trial and error, just keep going. I know it kind of like went off on multiple different topics, but I mean, at the end of the day, like being a young entrepreneur, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of time. There's a lot of like deep in general that people really need because it's tough. It's tough, and if you're scared of asking questions, if you don't have confidence in yourself, you're never going to exceed at all. And I think that's one thing to kind of like close that question up. I think that's one thing that stuff on. I was never afraid to fail or anything. I was always willing to take chances. Like coming from a school like Bosco Tech, there wasn't many guys who left, who went on to the next level to play college ball. And that was something that I dared to do, was able to accomplish it, went on to the next level, and then just kind of started my business, starting my brand, just kind of believing in it. There was times where I wanted to give up. There was times where I was like, man, maybe, you know what? Maybe I should go work a 9 to 5. Like maybe I should go flip burgers for a couple months and then come back. And when times got tough like that, I just kind of took a step back and I was like, you know what? Like, I was like, no. Like, let me not give up. Let me reformulate a plan. Let me see what I'm doing wrong and how I can adjust it to work accordingly. And yeah, that's kind of like how things. That's kind of how things played out. The last thing, a little bit of advice for that question, I guess you could say.
Let us know, man. Let us know how. Because go ahead, no, go ahead.
So pretty much would just be how do I say it? Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, no, please. I'm all ears, man. I mean, because one thing that real quick, Arthur, coach, when I look at you, man, when I was 21, I think you're what, 21, 22. When I was your age, man, and you one thing you said is confidence. I lacked a lot of confidence, man, early on during those years, in certain aspects, and I was confident in other areas of my life. But to see what you did, man, when I look at myself and kind of compare myself with what you're doing at your age, I wish I would have been that confident, that had that level of confidence at your age, when I was your age, because. Everybody has a different path. Everybody grows differently. Everybody is on a different road ultimately, And but it's really great to see young people like that, like you, like yourself, with such a high level of confidence. And that's one thing I try to instill in Renee too. It's all about, you got to have confidence, man, in every aspect of life. And but I think I'm so impressed, man, with what you do. Because I see myself and I'm like, wow, if I had only been that confident, who knows what would I be now or whatever. But no, here I am, later on in life, and I finally feel like I got a good, strong level of confidence. But great for you, man. I mean, you're ahead of the game. You're light years ahead of the game, So, but go ahead, man. I'll go ahead and finish what you were going to say, Coach.
As far as I'm sorry, I'm paying attention, but I'm trying to like get this Instagram live going so I could tell people to tap in and just kind of hear your questions too. But
Okay.
as far as like the tips, my biggest thing, and so this is like, this was something I learned. This was like my big, like, kind of, I guess you could say, like, breakthrough as far as business goes and just kind of running efficiently. Is make time for yourself. Honestly, like, make time for yourself, because and I'll say this because, like, I'm on a podcast, and like this is probably like one of the few opportunities I'll be able to really like kind of share this information. But when I got to Laverne, going from a small school to a bigger school, it was like a tough transition. Going from being a starter to obviously having to work through the ranks and just trying to get playing time and fighting for a position. That was kind of tough, and just going from high school to college, that was tough. And when I really started focusing on Beast, my energy was just much. So, like, and this is just honesty. Going from a private school, all boys school, to like a college where you're like with your homies and there's females as well. Trying to enjoy my time. I was trying to, like, talk to some girls, hang out, like, do whatever. So I was, I was giving my attention to my friends and girls, and then I was giving my attention to school and football at the time, and the detail of like school. And then there was just so much other stuff going on, like family time, and then like having you from home to here, like to from home back to school and stuff like that. It was just really tough. So I really started to spread myself out really thin my freshman year, because then I threw Coach A on my plate. And at the time, I didn't really have money. I come from a family like that doesn't really have a lot of money. Like we have to, like, obviously work to make ends meet and stuff like that. So as far as money goes and stuff like that, I was like, how can I start making my own money? How can I alleviate asking my parents for money? So that was when I went back into coaching. Right as soon as I was done playing ball, I was like, let me get right back into coaching. And I was going to workouts. I was like meeting up with kids. I was like DMing them, texting them, but I didn't. So if I had like gas, I had gas to get to the field, but I didn't have gas to get back. So I was banking that, I was like praying to God that hopefully that kid showed up and didn't like cancel or didn't flake, because then I wouldn't have gas money to get back. So I was like, I was always on empty, just giving everything up the tank going over there. So I would make a little bit of money. Like if it was like, it was probably like an average, I was making around like $15 to $20 per session. So after that session, $10 would go right to gas. Like, and then $5 was maybe a meal. And then $5 was maybe like save it for something, you need gas tomorrow. So that was kind of like the regiment. I threw in like coaching high school ball. So coaching high school ball was just like really difficult in itself. It's like it's really time consuming. You have to be there before practice. Typically you're there after practice. Typically you're driving kids home or picking them up. So that was also kind of just spreading my energy thin. And then, like I said, friends, you know what I mean? Friends, school. The film too. Film definitely was included. Like having to be up at 6 a.m, going to Cathedral, going to Arcadia time as well. Like the commute from Laverne to LA Cathedral High School is insane. Like I don't think people really understood that. Like that's a deep drive. Like every day.
Heavy,
like,
man.
You know what I mean? So that was really tough. It was really it was tough. But I mean, I never complained. I really just kind of pushed through. I worked through it. But the problem was that I was giving all my energy to everything else, and Beast was included. I was giving all my energy to Beast. I was pouring everything into all my energy, all my hours of the day. Like, so I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't eating 3 meals a day. I wasn't sleeping enough. I definitely wasn't sleeping at least like 6 hours. Like I was not sleeping I was just going through my whole day, waking up early, just burning all my energy at school, and then having to go to practice, and then coming back home, and then going to go pick up some kids for training, and then coming back home, and then doing homework or studying for finals. So I just really spread myself like way too thin. I was just doing too much, and I didn't really have a set schedule. Once I got a set schedule, once I had like a set regiment, it was just a matter of like plugging things in. So like, okay, mandatory, I got to wake up at this time. Mandatory, I got to eat at this time. Mandatory, I got to like rest at this time. There has to be like a break in between clients that come in. So really just kind of finding a regimen for myself and like a schedule really helped. And that just kind of goes with organization. Just really being organized, just kind of planning ahead. And that's something that Shane has taught me. Like Shane has really taught me like, yo, like plan weeks ahead. If something comes up and the plan changes, that's fine. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's draw something up new and let's change it. You know what I mean? But have something set in stone. That way you're already ahead of the plan. So if something comes up, it's just a matter of reacting. It's just a matter of catching it and moving forward. So having a schedule and just being organized. But really, like really coming down to like the nitty gritty, it was just mostly about making time for myself, like making time for my friends appropriately. You know what I mean? Like not going to parties and like I'm young. You know what I mean? So I'm in college. Like that's something that I do. Like I like to go out. I like to party. I like to dance. I like to have a good time. So just kind of learning like, okay, you don't necessarily need that. You know what I mean? You don't need to be doing those things. Like you can still hang out with your friends. And use your time wisely. And then I set like a sleeping schedule for myself. So I try to be in bed, not like a bedtime, you know what I mean? But if I had to be up the next morning at 7, well, all right, let me try to get in bed by 11. You know what I mean? If I'm just resting, if I'm on my phone, posting something or just scrolling through Instagram, that's okay. But at least my body's relaxing. So finding like a sleeping schedule, an eating schedule as well. If I wake up early, then I eat early. And then if I eat early, I work out early. You know what I mean? So everything just kind of had a domino effect. Once I started schedule together, then the schedule was like, okay, well, now how much energy am I going to have? All right, well, let's look at your rest time. Boom, look at the rest time. Okay, now let me increase my rest time if I have too little. Maybe that's why I'm getting burnt out. And then just making sure I'm giving myself the right nutrients, just feeding myself the right things, building my body properly. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, just making time to, have fun. Like I like listening to music. I actually enjoy working out. I like doing footwork. I like running routes and stuff like that. Like I said, I enjoy hanging out, like right now, like, friends, females, the beach, I mean, a lot of stuff is closed right now because of quarantine. But I try to make things happen here at the house. You know what I mean? I try to keep myself occupied. I like drawing. I like coloring. Music, like I said, is one of my big things. So I just kind of like dive into music, just kind of studying it, just learning it, like appreciating it, and yeah, just really just learning how to take time for yourself. And that was really the biggest thing. Once I took time for myself, I really found happiness. Like I love what I do. Sorry, another mosquito. I love what I do. I really take pride in what I do. I go 100% all in. I give all my energy. But at the end of the day, if you're not happy with yourself, if you're not doing the things that are making you happy, if you're not taking care of yourself, your business isn't going to go anywhere. Like your life really isn't going to go anywhere. You're going to get stagnant. A lot of people fall into like depressions and stuff like that. A lot of mental health issues. So it's really just avoidable if you take care of you. You know what I mean? And you really my biggest principle is like starting from within. If you want to influence people, if you want to inspire people, if you want to, teach people something or lead them, then, you got to take care of yourself. And like Tupac said it, like a bunch of rappers said it, you know what I mean? Start within and then branch out. You know what I mean?
No, man, 100%, coach. You're truly, like I said, man, you're ahead of the game. You are an inspiration. Just watching you and listening to you, I can tell you that I'm like pumped, man. You're pumping me up, and because I'm trying to grow and expand myself, and yeah, man, we're always looking for ways to get better, right, and ways to inspire and like you said, grow. I mean, you hit it all. You hit everything on the head, man, coach. And like I said, man, No, no, of course. You're doing great things, Coach. I can't wait to see where you're going to be, man. And I don't know, a year or 2 years from now, where Beast will be. I'm gonna keep tabs on you and just watching you, man, and following your career. And by the way, I also went to Laverne myself. I went to I got a master's at Laverne back in 2013. So go Leos, go. um, so Coach, man, I want to.
I like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I wish you nothing but the greatest success, Coach. I want to thank you for coming on Profile Pod TV. You're always welcome back. Maybe we'll check in with you in the future, have you come back, see where you're at, and and see what's up, man. But keep grinding, man. Keep grinding. Keep pushing forward. I know I don't have to tell you that, but yeah, everything you said is right on, man. And like anybody, if you're a young entrepreneur out there, if you're aspiring to start a business, even if you're not young, shoot, whatever age you are, learn from Coach Arthur, learn from Beast, what he said. It's all about, with confidence, development, persistence. There were some times where you felt like maybe this isn't, maybe you're having doubts. Keep pushing forward, right, Coach? Keep moving forward. Stick to your dream. Follow your dreams. If things aren't working out, reevaluate, reformulate. Change, make adjustments on the plan, on the game plan, and move forward.
No, definitely, 100%, 100%.
Absolutely, Coach. Coach, before we wrap things up, where can the good people find you? Beast Athletics, athletes, where can they go to find Beast?
So for pretty much anybody who uses social media, social media, you guys can pretty much just reach out to us via the Beast page. Let me move. Oh, wait. Boom, right there. So it's right there. It's on our banner. Beast.nature. So beast.by-nature. That's our Instagram page. If you guys want to contact me directly, you guys can contact me at Coach _AYE. That's my coaching profile. That's where I drop a lot of football content, a lot of football knowledge. And yeah, pretty much. So the Beast page is pretty much our main way of contacting us. You reach out to us via DM. Kind of a little bit to kind of touch up to before we wrap up. We will be launching a website pretty soon. We'll be selling apparel. You'll be able to log on and you'll be able to log on and put your information in and book our coaches accordingly. So if you want to do like weekend trainings, no matter what the position is, no matter what the training is, you could go on that website link. You could click on any of the coaches that we have, click on any one of the services that they offer, and then pretty much just schedule the training through there or purchase apparel. So that'll be another way of contacting us. So just kind of, if you guys are tapping in right now, just keep an eye out for that. We're going to be launching that pretty soon. And then as far as like kind of finding us, we train right here in Armani, California. It's kind of like the heart of San Gabriel Valley. If you're a little bit familiar or not familiar with the area, we're around like Rosemead, around Temple City, around Ballin Park, around West Covina. So find us on the map. We're a little city, but hey, we're making big noise. You know what I mean? So if you like kind of what we have to offer, you're just interested a little bit more, or just want to even share with a friend or a family member, definitely tap in with us. We're trying to grow up this area. And yeah, like really, we're just trying to help people. We do a little bit more than just athletics. We do fitness training. Like we had mentioned earlier, we offer mobility. We do athletics. We have pretty much everything under the sun. So pretty much whatever your need is, just feel free to reach out. Feel free to tap in with us. We love to help people. We're pretty cost efficient. You know what I mean? So I know parents like that. I know people like to hear that a lot too. So we try to help the community's pocket. You know what I mean? We're not trying to take from the kids area. We not be like single parents. So you know what I mean? We're really just open to working with kids. We're not money hungry. We're not worried about lining our pockets. So check us out. real quick, just to add even to that tip of just not lining our pockets, or we're not really about the money. We just launched today a GoFundMe account. So the GoFundMe account is going to be for a back to school giveaway for school supplies. So I'm going to kind of explain it a little bit more on here, and then we'll just go from there. So pretty much for the GoFundMe account, we will be taking donations in for school supplies. So pretty much anybody who wants to donate money for school supplies, that's going to go to rulers, compasses, protractors, markers, pencils. I know some kids need Clorox wipes. Anything that they need to function at home, because like I said, we know kids. Not every kid goes home to the same household, so they need school supplies. It may not be available to them, so we're just trying to make sure that they have all the resources that they need to succeed. So with the GoFundMe account, our goal is to raise $5,000 for the kids. We're going to be using a good portion of that to be giving away five back to school packages. So with the back to school packages, how we're setting that up is that pretty much anybody can nominate any kid. So if anybody sees a kid that like, hey, like this is my nephew, he needs a backpack for school. He needs, he needs some school pencils, a binder, some whatever. That person can email or send a DM to the Beast page, and then they can nominate that kid with a small paragraph with a reason why the kid needs school supplies, why they're in need a little bit, and then I myself, the coaching staff, and a couple other people who are donors as far as the school supplies giveaway. We're gonna be looking at those. We're gonna be selecting 5 kids who are in need. So it's not necessarily winners or losers. It's just kids who are in most need of that school supplies. So a little preview. We're planning on throwing a backpack in there. We're planning on throwing a Beast hoodie in there. Just kind of swag the kid out a little bit. And then, like I said, a binder, some pencils, some tabs, a pencil pouch, just kind of pretty much everything they need. There's also going to be a little surprise thrown in there for those 5 special kids who really need it. So I don't want to say too much about the surprise. A lot of people are asking me about it today. But just know that it's going to kids who are in need. You know what I mean? We're not going to be just hyping up our kids and just throwing bags to our kids. We really want to find kids who are really in need. We're really trying to help. We're invested in our kids, but we're invested in helping the community. And a little incentive as far as the donors go, we'll be taking donations. Pretty much any donation that you can offer would be more than appreciated. But for donors, so after once you donate $100, then your name gets thrown into a raffle. So that raffle will include Beast apparel, some free things with myself, Coach A, a couple mobility sessions with our mobility guy Mark. So that Beast giveaway for the donors and stuff like that. Basically, like I said, you donate 100, you get your name thrown in a hat, and then every $50 after that is another ticket, another name in the hat. That way, you just increase your chances. It's a little incentive for our donors to just to be generous and just trying to give as much as they can. And we want to give back to them as well. So if they're going to be donating money, we want to say, hey, look, we appreciate you. We're going to swag you out with some of our gear, and just kind of give back to everybody. So we're not trying to take from everybody. We're trying to get some in and then give it back. We give it right back out. That's all we're about doing. Same thing with knowledge. Same thing with life skills. Just everything in general. So that's a little bit about the GoFundMe. For the schools, for the money that's donated, if we do reach the $5,000, after the backpacks are given away, we will be having an open house day at the gym here in El Monte at Beast Athletics. So we'll have tables set up. Our coaches will be giving out stuff so kids can come. If they have a list of things, they can write down a list. I got the binder, boom, 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 chart it down. They could come in with that list and say, hey, look, this is what I need. This is where I'm from. This is where I live. This is the school I go to. We'll look over it. We'll tell them, boom, cool. We'll put together a little baggie, a little package for them, and they can grab whatever it is they need, or whatever school supplies they need, and then they can they're free to leave. And then we'll have a second day. So if we have more school supplies, we're gonna invite people back for a second day. Say, hey, come back. We have more school supplies for those who weren't here, those who missed the first day. Come get it again. And then finally, if we still do have leftovers, then we'll be making like trips to kids who need it, who can't, um, who can't be transported from their home to the beach gym, and just ride situations are difficult. So, like I said, we're trying to make it available for everybody. So, if you're a donor, please donate. If you know a friend who can donate, $1, shoot, anything works. You know what I mean? If we got 5,000 people to donate $1, it'd be perfect. If we got one person to donate $10, man, with 500 people. You know what I mean? Like the math breaks down easy. So, like I said, we appreciate everybody's generosity. We appreciate everybody helping us continue to give back to kids. And yeah, man, I appreciate Andy having me on. It was great talking to you, bro. I would love to be back on as well. I mean, I would love to give you guys updates on Beast and just kind of like make maybe like a set regimen or something. Just kind of like we check in, just kind of talk about it. I've been checking in with Renee and stuff like that as far as like how he's doing at NAU. So it was really cool to just like hear from him and then maybe hop on here and kind of tell his story a little bit, how he's doing over there. So so yeah, I mean, like I said too, we're moving fast. We're doing a lot of things, so we're always ready for updates. You know, we're always ready.
Man, Coach, love what you're doing, man. Hey, Coach, what was the GoFundMe page? Does it have a name, a website, or something like that people can visit, or if they want to donate?
It would be Go. I want to say Beast Athletics. So the link for the GoFundMe account is actually in the Beast by Nature and Coach A bio. So you could go click the link in the bio. It'll take you straight to the website. But for the fundraiser name, I don't know if you can search it up, but it's Beast School Supplies Giveaway. Okay. So if you guys want to look it up, if you guys have confusion, just feel free to shoot a DM and we'll definitely help out.
Okay. Awesome. And the deadline, or once you get to 5,000, your goal, then that's when the fundraiser ends, right?
Correct. And we set a goal to reach the 5,000 within 2 weeks. We kind of had the idea a little bit late. I just came back from a trip over the weekend, and one of the coaches had presented it to me. But school is starting for kids tomorrow, so we're trying to get them to school supplies within the next 2-3 weeks, so that they don't go too long without it. You know what I mean? At that point, then it might be I don't want to say a waste of time, but then kids are already be started on the ball. We want to get them started off on the right foot, not on the wrong foot. So we're just trying to get it in as fast as we can and just help people as fast as we can.
Awesome, Coach. Oh man, this is wonderful, man. Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have Mr. Arthur Romero. Love what you're doing, Coach. If you want to get bigger, if you want to get faster, if you want to get stronger, if you want to become a better human being, if you want to eat better, all the way around. I saw it firsthand with my son. He's now at Division I, Northern Arizona. I saw the results firsthand. He got bigger, he got faster, he got strong. He was well prepared, well equipped to perform at the next level. And again, if you're a Division III player, if you're Division II, NAIA, Division I, whatever, go see Beast Athletics in Almonte, California, SGV. They're doing things. Join the team, man. I know, Coach, I have an idea. I want to talk to you a little bit. It's very simple, but we'll talk a little bit. I want to thank you for coming on, Coach, taking the time. And like I said, man, you're always welcome back. And let's do that. Let's get you back on here, and we'll the check in and see how you guys are doing, man. But best of luck to you, Coach. Best of luck to all your coaches, your staff, your organization, your business, all your athletes. Much love, and we'll see you soon, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I appreciate you having me. I appreciate everybody who tapped in to look and kind of watch. Just keep chasing greatness every day, and appreciate you having me on. You know what I mean? Beast by nature, baby. That's what we do.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Of course, Coach. Hang tight real quick, Coach. I'm going to sign off real quick. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Coach Romero, Beast Athletics. Once again, can't say enough about them, man. Gosh, I'm so impressed. It was great having you guys on. Really enjoyed this conversation. And as for myself, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you're here live. We had a lot of people here, Coach, looking on, man. And I don't know if you can tell on your screen. A lot of people in the comment section, a lot of people watching live right now.
Actually,
thank you. Any shout outs, Coach? Any shout outs you want to do real quick?
Man, I mean, shout out to my boys right here. You feel me? Like, shout out to my boys. They came in to get work. You know what I mean? My boy Leo, my boy Ruben, day one brothers right here. Shout out to my boy Mikey, MKY. He's a Latin and Latino hip hop artist. He's gonna be dropping an album pretty soon. He's looking to get a contract deal. So shout out to my boy Mikey. You know, keep doing your thing. Just out to all the kids in SGV. They're trying to get better. Shout out to all the coaches. I appreciate you guys always helping me, always having my back. Mom, I'm sorry I couldn't answer the phone. Just know that I love you. Shout out to my mom for always being a real one, and just helping me to get here and guiding me and giving me the confidence and instilling those principles in me to even do this. Love my family, love God, love everybody. Thank you for having me on, and man, let's keep it going.
That's right. Let's keep it going, man. All right, man. Oh, gotta love. Big shout out to moms. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I see your guys in the background, man. They're grinding back there, getting better. Awesome, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're here watching the replay, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the little red button on YouTube. Support the cause. Let's grow together. Everybody, let's make our dreams come true, man. And I don't care how old you are or what, grinding, keep pushing forward. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Leave us a comment, like, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to be a part of this show, if you want to come on, let us profile you. Did Coach here? Let us profile you. Hit me up. Well, I mean, I'm booked up well into September already. But hey, let's get you in. Let's schedule you. If you're doing great things, inspirational things, motivational things like Coach here, we want you on this show. Okay, so let's schedule something and let's collaborate, man. Let's collaborate and grow, man. So hit me up on the DMs at Profile Pod TV on Instagram, and we'll work something out. All right. So for Coach Romero, for Beast Athletics, I'm Andy Anatomical, your host of Profile Pod TV. We'll check you guys next week on another episode of Profile Pod TV. And always remember to take it easy. Beast Athletics, baby.